Shocking. Your soulmate was about to give up on you. Then a stranger changed everything. Listen closely to me, because I have brought you here today to hear a truth you desperately need. I saw the tears you cried last night when you thought your deep loneliness would last forever. Your soulmate was about to give up on you, but a chance meeting with a stranger changed everything. They were sitting alone with a heavy heart, completely convinced that true love was just a distant memory. The pain of their past was telling them to lock away their spirit and throw away the key. Then, I placed a kind stranger right in their path to completely turn their life around. This stranger spoke a simple word of comfort that shattered the walls around your soulmate's weary heart. You need to stay with me until the end, because I am going to reveal the exact sign I am placing in your path tomorrow. When you see this special sign, you will know that their heart is healed and they are coming. I have been working in the silent moments when you thought I was ignoring your prayers. Those sudden feelings of warmth you feel out of nowhere are my hands resting upon your shoulders. It is my gentle spirit preparing your heart to receive the person who is meant for you. You must let go of the past hurts that are making you so afraid to trust again. I need your hands to be completely empty so you can firmly grasp this beautiful new blessing. If you keep holding on to old pain, you will miss the wonderful future I have planned. Do not click away from this voice, because the stranger's intervention was just the very first step. Keep listening closely until the final moment, for I will share a secret that will give you total peace. Your soulmate is dreaming of your face tonight, and their hope has been completely restored. Jesus says, I know you have felt incredibly tired of waiting for the love you have always deeply desired. You have watched others find their joy and wondered when your own turn would finally arrive. I am telling you now that your soulmate almost walked away from love, until the stranger appeared. They were standing at a crossroads, ready to choose a path of isolation and quiet sorrow. The heavy burdens of their life had convinced them that they were meant to walk completely alone. But I sent a messenger they did not know to remind them that a great love still exists. The stranger only stayed for a fleeting moment, but their words sparked a massive fire of hope. Stay with me until the end of this message, because I will tell you the exact time this final sign will appear. This revelation will calm your anxious mind and prepare you for the beautiful days ahead. I see the quiet moments when you wake up in the middle of the dark night feeling completely lost. Those out-of-place memories of love that suddenly wash over you are absolutely no accident at all. I am placing them in your mind to keep your hope alive while I bring them closer. I need you to trust me completely with the fragile pieces of your deeply wounded heart. You have been holding on to old betrayals, letting fear dictate how you look at the days to come. Release those heavy chains today, so your spirit is light enough to step into this new chapter. Every word I am speaking to you now is building a bridge between your heart and theirs. Please remain with me until the final sentence, because the seal of peace I will give you is crucial. The stranger changed their mind, and now my word will forever change your lonely reality. The Lord says, your soulmate was holding a broken compass, completely unable to find their way to your door. They were overwhelmed by the deep shadows of their past mistakes and the pain of old failures. It took the gentle voice of a total stranger to show them the bright light of your future. This stranger did not know them, yet they shared a brief story that resonated deep in their soul. It was a story of finding true love when all earthly hope had been completely lost. In that exact moment, your soulmate remembered the deep longing they have always had for you. I orchestrated that random encounter just to make sure they did not abandon the search for you. You must stay with me through this entire message, because the final revelation will answer your deepest prayer. I will show you the exact confirmation I am sending to prove our connection is real. You have been crying out to me, asking if you are destined to spend your remaining years alone. I have gathered every single tear you shed and turned them into stepping stones for your soulmate. The path is being laid down right now, built upon the solid foundation of your enduring faith. There is a specific resentment you are hiding in your heart that you need to surrender to me today. It is a bitter memory of someone who promised to stay but left you broken and confused. Give that heavy memory to me, so your soul can be a clean home for your true partner. The stranger's simple smile was the key that unlocked the heavy door to your shared destiny. Do not leave before I deliver the final word, because I want to grant you an unbreakable spiritual seal. Your soulmate is now actively preparing their own life to be deeply worthy of your precious love. Jesus says, "Sometimes I use the most ordinary moments to perform my most extraordinary and life-changing miracles." Your soulmate was sitting in a crowded room, feeling more alone than they ever had in their life. Then, the stranger sat beside them and spoke a simple truth that shifted the course of destiny. They were on the very brink of accepting a life devoid of passion, romance, and deep companionship. They had practically convinced their own mind that they were simply too broken to be loved properly. The stranger looked into their eyes and told them that their greatest blessing was still ahead. That brief conversation was entirely my doing, carefully planned from the very beginning of your long wait. Hold on and stay with me to the very end, because I am preparing to hand you a vital clue. This clue will be the definitive proof that the stranger's message worked and your soulmate is ready. You must understand that I hear the silent prayers you speak when you are driving in your car. I know about the quiet sighs you breathe when you see happy couples walking together down the street. I am actively sending you gentle nudges of peace to remind you that your turn is finally arriving. Your hands have been clenched tightly into fists, trying to protect yourself from any more pain. I am asking you today to open your hands and let my warm healing wash over your scars. An open hand cannot hold on to fear, but it can perfectly hold the hand of the one I am sending. Everything that happened with the stranger was designed to bring your two paths into perfect collision. Stay here with me until the very final breath of this message to receive your ultimate confirmation. The wait is almost over, and your soulmate is stepping into the beautiful light of true hope. The Lord says, I want to tell you about the deep sigh of relief your soulmate breathed when the stranger spoke. They had been carrying a mountain of doubt, constantly worrying that they had completely missed their chance. The stranger's sudden kindness melted that mountain and replaced it with a burning desire to find you. It is truly remarkable how a brief encounter can completely alter a person's entire outlook on life. They were ready to pack up their dreams of love and store them away in a dusty corner. But I sent a gentle messenger to dust off those dreams and place them back in their heart. The words of the stranger acted like a soothing balm on your soulmate's old and weary wounds. You must not walk away before the end, because I will soon describe the exact sign you will witness. This special marker will show up in your daily life to prove my promises are absolutely true. I have noticed the moments you feel a sudden, unexplainable sense of comfort wrap around your shoulders. This is not a trick of your mind, but my spirit giving you a tiny glimpse of future joy. I am allowing you to feel their growing love even before they physically step into your life. True faith requires you to step forward even when you cannot see the whole staircase in front of you. You must bravely forgive the ones who hurt you, not for their sake, but for your own true freedom. When you finally forgive, you create a wide open space for your perfect partner to safely enter. The stranger gave your soulmate the courage to keep walking down the long road that leads to you. Keep your focus on my words until the end, for I am about to unlock a powerful secret blessing. Your paths are merging rapidly, and the lonely days of your past are finally coming to a close. Jesus says, "There is a divine tapestry being woven right now, and you and your soulmate are the central threads." They were about to cut their own thread, believing their colors were too faded to make a beautiful picture. Then, the stranger reminded them that the most beautiful art often comes from the deepest, hardest struggles. Your soulmate was sitting quietly by a window, watching the world pass by with a heavy, broken spirit. They genuinely believed that all the good things in life were meant for other, luckier people. I brought a stranger into their view to show them that a joyful future was still completely possible. That fleeting moment of connection completely restored their fading belief in the deep power of love. Stay right here with me until the very end, because I have a specific instruction for your heart. If you hear this final instruction, you will recognize your soulmate the exact second they arrive. Do not ignore the sudden urge you sometimes feel to simply smile for absolutely no logical reason. That is your spirit picking up on the joyful thoughts your soulmate is currently thinking about you. I am knitting your hearts together across the distance, using invisible threads of pure and holy grace. You must stop looking back at the closed doors of your past with such deep and painful regret. I closed those doors firmly because they were leading you entirely away from your true, intended blessing. Turn your face forward and prepare yourself for the incredible love that is actively walking your way. The stranger was just a stepping stone on the beautiful bridge I am building between your two lives. Remain listening until the final promise is given, for it contains the seal of absolute, unbreakable peace. Your soulmate is no longer giving up, and they are moving toward you with a fierce determination. The Lord says, "Every single delay you have experienced was actually a brilliant protection wrapped in the disguise of waiting." Your soulmate needed more time to grow, and they almost completely lost their way during the long process. The stranger appeared at the exact second they were going to surrender their hope for good. It was a rainy afternoon when your soulmate felt the crushing weight of their own quiet isolation. They were mentally writing a final conclusion to their pursuit of a loving and lasting relationship. Then, a stranger offered a random act of kindness that forcefully broke through their dark, heavy clouds. That tiny spark of human warmth was all it took for me to reignite their entire soul. "You must endure with me until the final sentence, because I am holding a precious gift for you. I will reveal a profound secret that will permanently banish the creeping shadows of your deep doubts. You have been tossing and turning in your bed, waking up in the silent hours of the very early morning. Those restless hours are not meant to punish you, but to call you into quiet conversation with me. I wake you up so I can whisper deep reassurances into your mind while the busy world sleeps. I need you to completely wash your mind of the false belief that you are simply unlovable. The people who rejected you in the past simply did not have the eyes to see your true worth. I have given your soulmate perfect vision so they will cherish every single thing about your beautiful spirit. The words spoken by the stranger have created a massive ripple effect that is reaching your doorstep. Do not pull away before I offer you the final seal, because you need this ultimate spiritual confirmation. Your soulmate is shedding their old fears and putting on the brave armor of true, pursuing love. Jesus says, "Let me share a divine secret with you that no one else in this entire world currently knows. I have seen every silent tear you cried in the shower when you thought your pain was completely hidden. At that exact same moment, your soulmate was praying to me, asking if you actually existed at all. They were on the verge of entirely abandoning their belief in a true and lasting soulmate connection. The burden of repeated failures had drained every ounce of romantic faith from their tired, heavy bones. Then, I instructed a stranger to cross the street and deliver a message that changed everything entirely. The stranger looked at them with kind eyes and spoke words that shattered their deeply rooted cynicism. Stay with me through this message to the end, because I will soon reveal a monumental truth. This truth will be the key that finally allows your anxious heart to rest in complete safety. Let me explain the unseen signs you have been missing in the rush of your busy daily life. When you suddenly smell a familiar scent that brings a rush of comfort, it is my doing entirely. It is a gentle breeze from heaven, meant to remind you that your beautiful future is rapidly approaching. You are now facing the final step of trust, which is the hardest but most important step of all. You must completely let go of your past hurts and grievances so your hands are open and entirely empty. I cannot place this massive blessing of love into hands that are tightly gripping old, useless pain. The stranger completely altered your soulmate's trajectory, pointing their compass directly toward your waiting heart. You must remain right here until the end to receive the final seal of unshakable, eternal peace. Your soulmate has wiped away their tears and they are finally preparing their life for your arrival. The Lord says, I am speaking to you now because your spirit has been deeply starving for a word of genuine truth. You have listened to the lies of the enemy telling you that your best days are permanently behind you. I am here to declare that your soulmate almost believed those exact same lies until the stranger arrived. They were staring at a blank wall, feeling a heavy emptiness that threatened to consume their entire mind. They were just about to finally accept a life of quiet compromise and settle for being completely alone. In that exact second, a passing stranger offered a smile that acted like a bolt of heavenly lightning. That simple, genuine smile broke the heavy trance of despair that had trapped your soulmate for so long. "You need to wait with me until the very end, because I have a specific sign to share. This sign will manifest in your life shortly, proving that my loving hand is orchestrating this entire story. I want you to understand the divine secret behind the sudden peace that occasionally washes over your mind. I am the one sending that deep calm to protect your heart from the crushing weight of modern anxiety. I am fiercely shielding your spirit so you remain soft and open for the love that is arriving. The final step of trust requires you to completely surrender your timeline and your desperate need for control. You must realize that my divine timing is always absolutely perfect, even when it feels completely agonizing. Empty your hands of your own plans, and I will fill them with a joy you cannot comprehend." The stranger's intervention was a critical turning point that saved your future relationship from total, devastating ruin. Keep listening to my voice until the very end, because I am preparing to bestow a profound blessing. Your soulmate is now fully awake, deeply aware of their true worth, and actively seeking your face. Jesus says, "The beautiful truth about my love is that I never stop working, even when you are fast asleep." While you were resting your tired head, your soulmate was fighting a massive battle in their own mind. They were ready to surrender to loneliness, until I sent a total stranger to intervene with perfect timing. Your soulmate was drinking a cup of coffee, staring blankly at a crowd of people they did not know. They felt entirely invisible, convinced that their deep longing for a true partner was just a foolish fantasy. Then, the stranger accidentally bumped into them, sparking a conversation that breathed fresh life into their dying hope. That seemingly random accident was carefully calculated by me to save their heart from turning to cold stone. You must remain closely with me until the end, because I will reveal the hidden clue of tomorrow. When you witness this clue, your deeply tired spirit will finally leap with pure and unadulterated joy. There are unseen signs all around you, if you will only slow down your busy mind to actually look. That sudden out-of-place memory of a childhood joy was me reminding you of how it feels to smile. I am preparing your emotional house so that it is a place of bright light for your partner. The final step of trust is an absolute requirement for you to receive the fullness of this blessing. You must let go of the deep anger you harbor toward those who previously took advantage of your kindness. When your hands are entirely empty of bitter resentment, they become perfectly shaped to hold true, honest love. The stranger gave your soulmate a renewed sense of purpose that is driving them straight toward your path. Do not close this message before the end, because the final seal of peace is meant just for you. Your soulmate has finally stopped looking backward, and their eyes are firmly fixed on a beautiful future. The Lord says, "I have seen how deeply you care for others, always pouring from a cup that feels incredibly empty. You have spent your whole life being a safe harbor for broken people who simply sailed away eventually. Your soulmate was about to do the same, drifting away into darkness, until the stranger firmly dropped anchor. They were wandering through a quiet park, feeling a profound sadness about the passing of their best years. They had nearly convinced their own heart that they were broken beyond any kind of meaningful human repair. I placed a gentle stranger on the very next bench to speak a profound truth into the open air. The stranger's quiet words were exactly what your soulmate needed to break the heavy chains of their doubt. You must stay connected to my voice until the end, for I am holding a final revelation for you. This revelation will act as a bright lantern, illuminating the final few steps of your long, lonely journey. I want to share a divine secret about the nights you feel an overwhelming urge to simply cry. Those tears are deeply cleansing your spirit, washing away the heavy debris of your past disappointments and fears. I am catching every tear in my hand, turning your deep sorrow into the very foundation of your joy. You must actively participate in this final step of trust by refusing to entertain your own dark thoughts. Let go of the heavy belief that you are destined to always be the second choice in every relationship. Empty your mind of those cruel lies, because your soulmate is coming to make you their absolute priority. The stranger's presence was a massive disruption to the enemy's plan to keep you both entirely separated forever. Stay with me until the final blessing is spoken, because it will plant an unbreakable seed of deep peace. Your soulmate is feeling a massive surge of confidence, and